This is a really good realistic fiction book about a set of twins. One is dealing with their sexuality, one is dealing with death, and it's just a great story about being a teenager. This is a high fantasy about a failed kingdom who an advisor is looking for a boy who resembles a long lost prince who was lost at sea, so he holds a competition and shenanigans ensue. And I'm paranoid, the sun in my skin. And I'm back from Half Price Books. I've only been in that store 2 times, so I think I had a better experience this time. I don't know why. There's no real reason why I had a better experience. But I ended up spending $66 on 6 books. It comes out to about $10 a book, which in my opinion is great. Especially considering I don't really buy books. Let's see what I got, shall we? So the first book I got is As the Shadow Rises. This is by Katie Rose Poole. This is a book 2. And this is book 1, There Will Come a Darkness. No one is reading this book. I do not know why. I love it. And I'm the criticizer of books, which means I hate everything. So if I love a fantasy, then I think it's pretty good. But anyway, There Will Come... wrong book. There Will Come a Darkness is a high fantasy. There's like these 7 beings. I don't know if they're gods or something. And they make sure that there are no more wars. So think of the United Nations. But then they kind of disappear. And before they left, they were like, hey, I found another prophecy you guys might be interested in. Basically saying Armageddon is coming, or what they call the end of darkness, the end of darkness, the age of darkness. And at the end of the age of darkness, someone's going to be the one true ruler, and that person is going to either save the world or end the world. And so we follow 5 different characters, and one of these teens are either going to end the world or save the world. And those 5 characters are a reluctant king, a gambler, a ruler who was, well, he's not a ruler, he was a leader of some sort, kind of like clergy in a way, but he's conflicted between duty and love, and he's not supposed to fall in love, and whoopsies, he did. A killer, a notorious killer known as the Pale Hand, or a girl who is dying. So those are the 5 main characters. One of them is going to be the prophesied, and you gotta read it to find out. I love this book. I thought it was freaking fabulous. I think a problem with a lot of people is they didn't understand the world because it seems kind of bosh posh. Like it's kind of like America where no, it's not. No, it's not. It's the world. It's the world overall. And so there are like countries where there are dark-skinned people. They live in an African kind of nation. Then there are people up far north who are a little Nordic. And then there's people who live in the Mediterranean. They are like Greek type of characters, but they live relatively close. And then I think people had issue with the technology. They seem to have like trains, but it's still kind of like primitive. It's kind of, the world is a little different, but that's not so what? Like, she created a world. Not every world has to look the same. Just because a world has technology doesn't mean that it can't have indoor plumbing. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? She made it up. So what? That shouldn't be the end all be all of the book. But it has wonderful characters. There are some LGBTQ plus characters in this book. There's a villain. He is called the Hierophant, and he's kind of a fanatic. And he has people who are leading the revolution, but really what they're doing is cleansing people, cleansing their town. There's a lot of comparisons to our world, particularly when this was written. It was at the height of Trump mania, like he was the president at the time. I highly recommend it. I gave it a 4.5. Like, that's pretty high for me. I don't really give 5s. All right, next. I got The Other Side of the Sky by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. And this is another series that I really like that no one is reading. Not quite sure why. But this is the story of, this is a really good story, by the way. This is fantasy. This is YA. And it is about a world where on the ground, it is pretty primitive. but up in the sky is actually advanced. Like, they are advanced technologically, they are advanced. So if you think about it, on the ground it's fantasy, up in the sky it's science fiction. And we have a queen who, once again, it's another prophecy. I love the prophecy. That's one thing about me. If a book has a prophecy, I automatically love it. So this book has a prophecy where somebody is going to come down from the sky and save them. And so our queen is kind of fallen out of favor with the people because they're hungry. It's just bad. The situation is bad. And she is like, what am I going to do to save my people? I know about this prophecy. I'm going to walk 1,000,000 miles to find where this guy is supposed to fall. And when he does, she thinks that he is the savior. He is fallen from the sky people, the science fiction sky people. And together they try and save their world. And I thought the romance was great. I like the juxtaposition between science fiction and fantasy. You don't really see that too often in fantasy, where you have some sci-fi and you have some fantasy. This is a duology. Both books have been published. I didn't like book 2 as much as I liked book 1. However, book 1 was great. I gave it a 4.5. Next is The Gilded Cage by Vic James. This is adult. I believe some people are putting this in teen, in YA, but I don't think this is YA. I think this is adult. This is speculative fiction. Once again, fabulous. I loved this. This is, I know you're like, why are you buying books that you already have? Okay, little interlude here. I don't like to buy books that I have not read, because what if I don't like it? I've wasted my money. And I don't like unhauling. That's a waste of money. So I buy books after I've read them and I know that I liked it. What I do is I go to the library and I check out books, and if I do not like them, I take it back to the library. If I like them, I take it back to the library. But you know what I mean? I haven't wasted my money. So I'm not saying what you guys do is wrong. You do whatever you want. You spend your money however you want to. I, however, cannot buy books sight unread. I cannot. Actually, I have done that. Yeah. But for the most part, all these books that I have here on my shelf, I bought them after I read them and loved them, or they were free, because I'm a librarian and I get free books. Gilded Cage is speculative fiction, and it imagines a world where slavery had not been eradicated. It was just, it evolved. And so it takes place current times in England, and in this world, like, the people who become slaves are not black people. They are people who do not possess magic. And so everyone is required by law to serve 10 years of their life, either in a workhouse or serving another magical family. And so this book follows a family of 5, I believe, and they have decided to serve their time all together. Or is it just the kids? I don't know. I think the whole family has decided to serve one major magic family. And the family is fucked up, basically. There are some people in the family who want to keep the status quo, and there are some people in the family who are like, this servitude thing is not okay and we need to stop it. And so there's kind of an internal conflict. And then there is a conflict within the family who decides to work for the magic family, because they're supposed to work together, but something happens and the son gets sent to a workhouse and the daughters get sent to work for the family. And it's incredibly dark. If you like dark science fiction, this is great. It's great. It's great. Just read it. Aurora Rising by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. So this is YA science fiction. It is set in the future, and in this world, teens go to this like school in the sky, and they learn how to fly planes, not planes, no. They learn how to fly spaceships, and then they either have to go on missions to find food, you know, just like non-threatening, like military missions, just, you know, because everything's in the sky in this world. However, our main character, he's like the golden boy. He's about to take his test. He's about to be the captain of his ship, of his team, and he's going to be able to pick his own elite team. But he's really nervous. He goes to just take a walk, and then he sees this girl floating in the sky, and he's like, what's she doing? So he saves her and finds out she's from a totally different time period. And he does not get to pick his crew. He gets stuck with the leftovers that nobody wants. And they have to find her home and who she is and get her back there. So this is an ensemble cast. It also has like humans and aliens. And I mean, it's Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. If you like the Illuminae, then you're going to like this book. If you like Kristoff's writing, if you like Amy Kaufman's writing, then you're going to like the series. I don't have it, and I wanted it on my shelf. Now, here is where I become a hypocrite because I bought 2 books that I have not read. I am on a quest to find a 5-star read. I have not given a 5-star read in a very long time, and so I'm probably going to do a separate video of me reading 4 books that I think are going to be guaranteed 5s. And here are 2 of them. Hail Mary by Andy Weir, right? Yes. I know nothing about this book. Absolutely nothing. But I have seen it all over the place on everybody's #1s. Oh, he wrote The Martian. Oh, okay. Cool. This better not be no book 2. This better be book 1. Be pissed. Okay. So no, I think this is not a book 2 or anything. Okay. So yes, I heard nothing but good things. I love a good science fiction. And so I'm hoping this will be a 5-star. I really want to read a 5-star that's published in 2022. I don't know, I feel like it's cheating when I find a book that was published last year or prior, but that's stupid. I don't know why I think that. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna hopefully like this book. Let me know. Did you give it a 5-star? Am I gonna give it a 5-star? And the last book I got from Half Price Books, and a book I hope I give a 5-star to, is City of Brass. I have heard nothing but good things about this book. People that I trust love this book. Booktubers that I trust have loved this book. And so I don't know if this is YA. I don't know what this is. This looks like adult because the font is really small. And this book is long AF. Oh, dog is. It's 513 pages. Okay, well, yeah, this is adult because you know how I know? And this is how you can tell too. Besides the fact that it was in the fiction section, not the YA section, not the point. One way you can tell, and this is how I was able to tell, is that there is a review on the back. It says Library Journal. I used to write for school library journal, and school library journal is for children and teen books, where library journal is for adult books. That's how I knew it was adult. Those are the books I got from Half Price Books. Which one did you like? Have you read any of these books and were like, ew, she's wrong? Let me know. Have you read City of Brass and Hail Mary and was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna love it? Let me know. I want to read a 5-star book. All right, until next time, bye-bye.